for us, creativity is thinking of new things, and innovation is doing up new things. So always for any project when we are working, we do things very creatively. While thinking, we are actually doing also. So that's when we think that we can have some more innovation. So for that, we would like to share some of our works which has been already executed, and some of them are under construction. So I would like to start with one of the projects in Mumbai, which is a manufacturing facility for a modular furniture manufacturing company. They are basically contractors for bigger scale projects like Infosys, Wipro, and they do like bigger contracting works for all these multinational companies. The factory is situated in Navi Mumbai, MIDC Turbhe. That's the site. That's the site. Sorry. Site area was approximately 8,200 square meter, and the built up for the factory was 56,000 square meter approximately. The brief came to us as if we had to actually do an interior refurbishment of our existing factory premise. Basically, client had bought already an existing premise with a factory building, which was something like this. And while buying it, they had already thought we will do some interior refurbishment, and it will be done within very short time. So they had already ordered the machineries for the factory, for the new factory, and the machineries were for a full range of automated CNC machines for carpentry work. So when we were involved in the project, this was the situation of the project, and we were involved as an interior refurbishment for the project. But when we saw the existing site, we were not very convinced with the fact that we should do a refurbishment of this building, because it was in a very dilapidated condition. Now the time was fixed because the machinery was going to come in next 8 months or 9 months. This was the stage, and after this 8 months and 9 months, machinery was going to come on the site. So we had a very tight timeline to work with. Still, we tried to propose the client to get into better design in terms of the factory building. So this was an existing premise where there was already a bigger shed and smaller shed. So, and the requirement was this much. They had to extend some stuff, and we decided to demolish some of the building part. So yeah, this was the building. So we decided to demolish this part, and we decided to remove all the existing roofing, because it was a two roofs with a central gutter, which is always dangerous for leakage and purpose like that. And because they were ply and wooden industry, we could not take a chance to actually get the water inside. Also, the whole construction was RCC construction. So we decided to keep the column in the beginning because of the time constraint. So we give them a lot of option to get in a lot of light inside, because there was a very less amount of light coming in. So we gave them many options for getting the light inside with the North Light roof truss, and one of which was this option which we decided ultimately to build, which was looking something like this. So another constraint was there, because it was an existing premise. We could not change our footprint, because if we change our footprint, that means we have to go for a new building permissions, which was very difficult to, or which was timely affair basically. So we decided to retain the footprint. That's why this orange box comes in front, which was there earlier building also. So again, when this was decided, again we had a small constraint of getting inside. We were not getting an approach properly to the building and getting inside. So there was no canopy kind of stuff which could actually invite us to get in inside. So ultimately we decided to have this factory building. This was our final design that we will build, so that this orange box was lifted up and we could get inside from the below. So it acts as a canopy also, and also a conference boardroom where you can have a very brilliant view outside. Yeah, so this was a final design. Now, when the final design was finalized, it was already, I would just say some timeline so that we get to know what is the time we were talking. This was February end or something, and machinery was going to come in August or July, end of July or August, in peak monsoon in Mumbai. So we had to cover up the whole shed. So we already started our activity on site with whatever civil work was done, and simultaneously steel construction or whatever fabrication, because we had to actually freeze all the drawings before, after finalizing the design, we had to freeze and approve all the drawing for fabricator or the contractors to actually build it inside the factory. Meanwhile, we started working on the site and we were developing the site where they were building the whole fabrication stuff in the factory. So as soon as the civil work was done, just a second, excuse me. Yeah. As soon as the civil work was done on site, the seed work was already started in the beginning and on the site. Yeah. If you can see, this is the time. Actually, machinery is already arrived. Machinery is already fixed. We just could cover the roof, but this was possible in 2 months because of it was a construction in steel. Also, to get whatever we wanted in terms of light quality or whatever the machine layout which we wanted to get, because the earlier configuration was with 4.5 meter grid as a center to center for RCC column, and this was a 9 meter grid column. So we could have a better circulation in terms of process plan and machinery layout. Yeah, so, and again the challenge of while the machines are already in, we were still detailing about the cantilever. There was a huge sort of a debate between us, contractors and clients, to get it done in this cantilever. The size was 9 meter cantilever and 15 meter wide. And we wanted a column free space in that cantilever because to make a boardroom. So it was a huge fight which actually we could achieve that with pre-engineered building because otherwise I don't know if it is very easy to make it or not, but it was there was a huge resistance for making this kind of stuff, but we could get it without such a consultant support and the fabricator who was building this detailing. Yeah, so yeah, that was the cantilever portion when it was completed. Simultaneously, other activities like putting up glass and other vendors who were actually putting inside the civil contractors and all the machine companies basically, they were installing inside while this construction was happening. So there's again the time-bound thing, everything working simultaneously, different vendors together, but because it was a steel construction, I think it was possible to, it was not so much, the site was not so much of dirty inside. So yeah, because of steel construction, we could achieve this. This is the under construction unit where it was covered up with the terracotta tile cladding. Yeah, so this is just a comparison how it was earlier, now how it is, what same angle, same spaces, just to give an idea what we could do. If we would have done an interior job for the earlier premises, it would have not, we could have not achieved what we could achieve earlier. The space quality inside, the working ambience inside, the whole factory is naturally lit up right now. They don't have it on a single light in the morning. Yeah, that's the completed building. That's from inside, yeah. Yeah, that's the exterior view. That's the setting where the factory sits. That's the view from a road, and that's the same view as we had shown like in February, and we could achieve this in like, not the front part was done in December of January, but factory was started in November, mid-November. They started testing their machines in November, mid. So that was possible only because of steel construction. That's why we wanted to share this project. Again, with a similar experience, this was an earlier project which was done in near Ahmedabad in Gandhinagar for exhibition space for Vibrant Gujarat. It was actually meant for a semi-permanent sort of a exhibition space for Vibrant and also Blast India, which was going to happen. So I think 2 Blast India already happened in 2015, 2017. Blast India happened in here. So yeah, again, this is the site. This is already completed picture. This is near helipad ground. I don't know if you're aware of the space, but it was a 80-acre site. And the brief was, we were appointed by not the government body, we were appointed by the event management company who was going to manage the Vibrant Gujarat. So we had a very tight timeline and very tight budget also, because this was not a government funded project. Also, it was supposed to be done in such a way that if we had to remove whole thing to somewhere else, we should be able to do that. So everything is pre-engineered, bolted connection so that we can just lift it from here to there, anywhere. I mean, it has to be so prototypical or so easy to, also easily able to do that, we can do that, to shift it somewhere, so to another site. Yeah, so there were many challenges again with the site and areas, because the site was 80 acre. I think, yeah, this was a site, existing site, which was an empty site. Which was a 1,74,000 square meter site, and we had to build 1 lakh square meter of exhibition space inside. It's a very tight space for an exhibition center for 1 lakh square meter. So we had to actually segregate the thing. We had to create many options to get the correct proportion. We could have built one single building, but this was not getting our other requirements of prototyping things and to shift it somewhere, or it was not very typical. So we had to stick to our modules, where it was a very economical module. So we had ultimately chose this as a module because we had similar types of shade sizes. So all the structural drawing, all the fabrication drawing also remains same, but still there were five types of building where we had to differentiate because of the requirement. Where there was some height increase, where there was some single span, there were some shades with column, there were some shades without column. So it's a 108 meter by 60 meter single shade, and some of them are of 24 meter height basically. Yeah, so that was again a challenge, but we decided on this. Yeah. And also to get a character of actually getting some sort of a gathering space and some sort of a community space in between them. So we try to create something which identified, because everything was so prototypical. So we had to create some sort of color and identity to the spaces inside the premises. Again, it was a tight time-bound project. We started working on this in 2013 November, and we had to finish it before 2014 December. In between, from January to March or January to April, it was on stall because of some approval and some formalities which had to be done. So before that, we had to actually create a prototype, so which we created in December. We'll come to that. Yeah, this was the configuration. All the spaces were. This is a typical type of a hall where 108 meter, this is the fire escape, entry for pedestrian, vehicular entries. All the services were laid below the ground, electrical, air conditioning, compressed air. This was a prototypical which we had to create. This was created in November 2013. So after this, once we had created this as a prototype, it was being evaluated and getting approved by all the parties who were involved in terms of doing this one. Yeah, but once we got the approval, it started picking up, and after April, this was the photograph in April, I guess. After April to the December, we actually finished everything. It was only possible because it was constructed in steel. There were many vendors, there were 2-3 vendors which were involved in pre-engineering, so every time vendor changes, your design changes, your fabrication drawing changes, your reaction changes, your civil construction changes, but we could manage that in time. Yeah, so that's the event photograph when event was happening, the Vibrant Bazaar. Basically, this is a very typical of pre-engineered building. Our job is to just tweak some of the detailing or getting into a better aesthetics basically, and also to get all the aspects covered for an exhibition center. Like what I would like to share is one of the experience we were happy about it. One day before, like when the whole event was happening, there were I think 5,000 people working on site, including the people who put their stall also. So the happy face I saw of material handling, logistic guys. I have seen a lot of exhibition. I was part of Circo Exhibition Center. I was project architect of Circo Exhibition Center in Navi Mumbai. We had done 2 more exhibition centers before. But what the biggest challenge is that while before the exhibition, you just get 2 to 3 days to actually put up your show. So that is the time when the crunch is there. There is always long queues of trucks. There is always a mess all over the site before the event. And all these material handling guys has a very tough time. So why just discuss some of the things with the material handling guys before, one night before. There was 24 hours before the event was going to start, and they were relaxed and they were sitting. They were happy to be sitting because we could actually achieve the circulation in such a way that every hall has 2 exits for vehicular entries. There were 9 gates provided for vehicular entries, pedestrian was only 2, but 9 gates so it could be accessed from all over the space. So because of which there was no queue of truck basically, and they would do or install their stuff in time basically. So that's where I think we could achieve some of the planning aspect. and also the construction in steel. Because of steel construction, it was so fast that it was erected in such a way that even if the roofing is happening, you can actually work down below the roof. Yeah, so that's the event. This is the Blast India, and actually this was again a very good experience. Blast India, I think 32 megawatt was there on site, on this site basically, and there was 40 to 50 heavy industries, machine manufacturing products at the same time. This is the biggest hall which I was talking, 24-meter height and 60-meter wide. We had to put metal column in this so that the economy is there and also easy to construct. Yeah, but this was a single piece column. There are two columns, 12 meter, two columns. So we actually had to transport 12 meter. And we was in, I'm not going into detailing of that, of the logistics, because we had to work a lot to do that actually. But yeah, I'm just showing you some of the work. Yeah, so that's the event images. And again, a small building which came later. This was after civil. This was constructed with interiors in like 40 days. It was a later entry to the project, saying that if suppose dignitaries are there, where will they sit? So we had to build a building for them. Yeah, so that's again very fast. Yeah, after this, a small different project which we did in Ahmedabad itself. It's in near on the highways of the Bhamasa. It's again actually a factory building for a pre-engineered building manufacturing company. So and the site was a bigger site. This is the site. It was a 65-acre site, and we had to create a single shade of 240 meter by 90 meter, which is like 23,000 square meter single shade. Again, to do something innovative, because they wanted to show what best construction they can do. So we had to showcase all the products or all the components which they can manufacture. Also, it was different because they had bought some machine which is a sinusoidal beam, which is called, they call it a SIM beam, which is a web, is a corrugated web. They're still trying to get it into the codes and everything, but because it's on their premise, they could build it. And they are actually building wherever they have already got it in metal building code, but they are trying to get it into IS codes. Yeah, so because it was their own premise and they wanted to showcase, so we had a opportunity to actually experiment with what machines. So we had to go inside all the machines, what they can best produce, what are the machine length, what is the shear machine, what they have, what is the laser cutting machine, what longest laser cutting machine they have. So, and they could build actually 1.5 meter depth and 30 meter long single girder, because they are also into crane manufacturing. That's why they had bought that machine. So we tried to we tried to achieve whatever best we could with that machineries. Yeah, so this was our initial sketch. Actually, we were very ambitious to create such this thing, but we were not even expecting client to approve it. But once he saw it, he said, "I want to build something like this." So we were fortunate to get an opportunity to that. Obviously, we could not achieve with the pre-engineered building technology what we have today. But yeah, this was the plant layout where we were getting into all of these basically, beam welding line and cutting line and everything. So yeah, we tried to again get in skylight everywhere possible. Yeah, that's so basically this is what we just designed. This is one piece which was designed and it was repeated 10 times basically. So that's again a very interesting part of steel construction. You can just solve certain junctions and you can get into a multiplicity of whatever it is. And that was the building basically. Yeah, I'll just go through the quick thing. Again, we try to innovate something which is with the corrugated web, we try to curve it. So this is like a 22-meter span curve with the corrugated web. So also they could achieve it. So that was again a challenging job to get it in curved beam with a radius of 7.5 meter and to do it for 22 meter and corrugated web. Yeah, so that was again what we could achieve. This is the light quality which comes inside. This is just a fabrication while it was happening under construction. This is the skylight. Basically, every junction is a skylight. If you see every junction wherever it's intersecting, it's a skylight. Yeah, so I'll just go through very quickly some of the other photographs. That's from outside. It was still under construction when we did this. Yeah, this is how it looks from outside right now. That's it. Some of the interior works, which I'll just go very quick. We tried to incorporate steel inside. Because this is our structural engineer's office, so we wanted to include as much as steel possible. Those other works where we are not showing steel as a building material, we are just jacketing it with the conventional construction because it's extension to another building. Again, we are involved in a lot of canopy build design and building it, some of the small extension to the cafes, some exhibition stall design totally in steel. This is our statistics right now. We are, after in like 7-8 years, the amount of work which we have done, out of which 20% of our practice is in the industrial buildings. So we have built, I think, at least 20-21 buildings in terms of manufacturing facilities till now. So that is why I wanted to share that experience today and conclude with that. There are many challenges to that also. We are still looking for better option for fire rating materials. We are looking for a multi-story building. We are still looking for material like vibrating pads, and which we are not getting very easily. I am not getting very easily. So if there is any information, anybody can share it to me. And also, as Mr. our earlier speaker said about the availability of some of the sections which are very less. Again, for a nursery project, we wanted to do a porous steel, aluminum steel roofing. But because of the time constraint, the lead time was 4 months for getting the porous steel roofing from outside. So we could not use it. Even if it was a high specification project, we could use it. But because of time constraint, we could not use it. So that, I don't know if that can be addressed in future. If it will be good for us. Yeah. Thank you very much.